Welcome and hello. I'm Christina and this is Transparency Talk. Today's guest is Dr. Nedra Washington. She is a professor and she has her doctorate in philosophy. And she's a woman of many things. Dr. Washington, thank you so much for taking out the time today to meet with me and to talk with me and chat for a little bit. How are you?
I am well, and it is my pleasure.
Thank
Happy
you
to join
so
you.
much. So, I am actually honored because, and I don't know the percentage of African American and Black women who have their doctorates. So that is huge and it's inspirational. What made you decide to get a doctorate degree?
My father was really big on education, and I always had good teachers, and so I always wanted to give back. So I decided that this was one of the ways that I could. So I decided to go back and give it a shot. It wasn't easy, by no means. 1% of the population has a PhD. So for Black women, it's even smaller than that. So I'm glad I did. It's opened some doors, but there's still doors that need to be opened. So we just kind of have to band together to make sure that we utilize what we have to get some things done, to make some movements, in our society today. So that's pretty much it.
And with your doctorate, you could choose to do anything with that, be anywhere. And you, as you say, you've chosen to give back. You're a professor, an undergraduate professor. Are there any other organizations or affiliations where you give back your time to?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a part of the National Black Child Development Institute. The National Black Child Development Institute has 27 local affiliates. And so we have an affiliate here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area as well as one in Houston. And so I'm the president of the one here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we're the Black Child Development Institute of Dallas-Fort Worth Metro. We have about 80 to 100 members, and we need more, so we need boots on the ground, so you're more than welcome to join.
Okay.
And we look at children and families, specifically Black children and families, and we try to make movements through policy and education. So we try to provide those services that our community needs in order to help those children and families who are in need.
So growing up, you said that, you mentioned your dad. So obviously he was an inspiration and you wanted to make him proud. Tell me a moment, whether it's in your childhood or adulthood, that you were proud of yourself.
It was probably when I walked across that stage getting that PhD. I remember my brother-in-law saying that when I was about to be hooded, I threw my head back. And he he teases me about that right now, but he said I threw my hat back as to say, yeah, I did it. Because there were so many obstacles in the way, I almost quit the program, actually. Because I had some instructors who weren't very kind to Black women in that program and who did everything they could, or I thought they did everything they could to make sure that we weren't successful. However, there were professors in that program who were just the opposite and who did exactly what needed to be done to assure that we stayed in the program. So they fought for us. So for me, that was a good thing. And so now I do what I can to make sure that I give back. I make sure that I do what I can to make sure that those students are successful. I try to keep a very low rate of dropouts for students. Retention is big for me. I make sure that children earn their grades or the students earn their grades, but I'm a little lenient. Not a lot, but a little lenient.
That sounds like a mommy in there, just a little bit, little
Yeah.
flexibility sometimes.
I play the mommy role quite a bit in my classroom, believe it or not, because we have sidebars a lot when I'm teaching. And so I think sometimes it's just those times that you need to say some things when it comes to like human development or child development or sexuality or things like that, that some things need to be said. So I do the sidebars and I say, this is a sidebar FYI, and then we'll have a small conversation keep it moving. But yeah, I do my best to keep them on the right track. I do my best to make sure that they're comfortable, that my door is always open if they need to talk, and just to make sure that they're successful. That's very important to me, and not just women who look like me, but all of them, and I can tell you that I've had more that have come back that have not, that have said thank you. So that means a great deal when you've had some type of impact or influence over someone's life. That's a good thing.
Absolutely. So impacting, inclusion, being involved, being inspired. Who inspires you?
Who inspires me now?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's a good one. I never thought about that. Just any woman who has been maybe dealt what we believe is a bad hand, and then you turn that bad hand into all spades.
Opportunity.
Yeah, it's I'm I really don't look to other people. I look to the action of other people. So I love people just here in my community who do the work all the time, and there's just still so much work that needs to be done. So it's very difficult to say that somebody that I look up to. I just look up to our community leaders mainly, because I think the change always begins locally. Mm-hmm. That before you can climb to the top, you have to make your way to the top, and I think that just begins locally, and I think that I can be more impactful here in my own city than I can nationally.
So where are you from? Are you from Dallas?
No, Fort Worth is my home. Mm-hmm. Fort Worth, Texas, funky town, the north side of Fort Worth. I went to Trimble Tech High School. I went to UNLV. I was a track and field star back in the day, so I was an All-American at UNLV, and then I got my master's at TWU and my undergrad at TWU as well. My PhD at TWU as well.
So I'm sitting here like, let me get this together. Even though I had 3 degrees, I'm like, let's get this one more. Yeah. And being very diverse and productive, obviously, you can tell you're articulate, well-versed, well-educated. What do you do for fun? What do you like to do?
Oh, I love to dance. I love to blow the whistle.
What is that? Blow the whistle.
That's too short song.
Okay, that'll be a part 2. That part. Like,
yeah, I love blow the whistle.
I have some Googling actions to do.
My honey and I, we go swing out a lot, because we're from Fort Worth, so Fort Worth, that's all we did growing up. We swing out, and so now they call it swing dance now, but we call it swing out. So we do a lot of swinging out, and even that we can't go out now. We get in my living room or my den, or we get in the backyard by the patio. We play the music, and
just have a funky good time.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what's one of your favorite dishes that you cook? Obviously you shop. I'm seeing the jewelry, I'm seeing the frames, I'm seeing the lipstick.
Food. Well, I worked for Fashion Fair for 20 years, so
really.
Oh yeah, I'm a Fashion Fair girl. I was until it went away. But
so what do you wear now? Mac,
a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I like Rihanna makeup, so I do a lot of Rihanna, but I do most of MAC's lipsticks and some of Glamorize's lipsticks as well.
Okay.
But hey, like I said, I love to dance, and I'm just Nedra. I'm just
Doctor.
Yeah.
Nedra.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we add that.
I'm Nedra, more than I am Dr. Nedra.
Tell me somewhere that either you have traveled or you would like to travel to. That's your best location, your best spot.
Wow. Now, see, I'm not much of a traveler. I have to tell you that. I am not.
Really?
No. I am not.
Is it just choice or just because you don't have the
It's
time?
choice. No,
Okay.
it's choice. Everybody wants to go on a cruise. I don't like the water. Since I've got just a tad bit older, just a little bit, I don't really like to fly that much either. I'm a car person. So when we do things, I like to ride. I like to see the country. I'm not big on going across the water or going to other countries because I haven't seen all of my own yet. So before I visit somebody else's country, I want to see my own. So there are some places in the United States of America that I have not been and that I'd like to go. So.
And please forgive me when you said my own. I literally was thinking motherland.
No,
You know,
not trying to
Wakanda.
go. I got Wakanda right here in Oak Cliff. It's Wakanda. So.
Very humble beginnings and humble, I hear principles, standards.
It doesn't take much. I mean, I guess it just depends on the individual.
Mm-hmm.
What you like, what you want to do. I'm simple. Doesn't take a lot for me.
What about shoes? Purses?
I am a shoe person, and I'm a
See,
purse
here it
person.
comes.
Yes,
Here we
I
go.
am that. Yes, I'm a shoe and a purse person. But other than that, I mean, what woman doesn't like to look good, And for me, it's my feet in my bags. So,
Who's your favorite designer?
Oh gosh, I'm a Brahmin woman when it comes to the bags. And then, I am. That's all I carry.
You said you like to dance.
Yes,
Give
I
me
love to
favorite
dance.
music. Reggae, R&B, jazz.
I'm an R&B and I love jazz. Let's see.
Favorite male
Favorite
jazz
male.
artist?
Probably Kenny G.
Saxophonist. And favorite female jazz artist?
Probably Randy Crawford.
Nice. Okay. Do you read outside of work, obviously, in writing?
No.
So no favorite authors?
No, I don't do a lot of reading. I did all of that when I was doing a PhD.
Like, I'm done with that.
I read, human development, child development, infant and toddler development. I do a lot of that reading because I have to for my students. But as far as outside books and things like that, I don't do a lot of that.
Now, I have to ask this last and final question. Even though there's different seasons and reasons why people choose. Favorite sports team?
Oh, I'm a Cowboy fan.
All the time. How about them boys? So are you a loyal, faithful, diehard fan?
I am, but
Okay.
that doesn't mean I won't talk about it.
That part.
Yeah, I am a diehard Cowboy fan. I can talk about them, but no one else can.
That is correct.
So,
I wouldn't dare.
Oh yeah.
Especially since, again, we have this title.
I am a
Respect.
Cowboy fan. I am. I love the Cowboys. They haven't done anything in the last 25 years.
Yeah, they need to do better.
Yeah, they do.
I can say that much, and without getting somewhere else where I don't need to go, because then I don't really know. And so, but I really, Dr. Washington, I really want to thank you for your time today, for sitting with me, giving me the opportunity to speak with you and have a candid conversation. Again, this is Transparency Talk. That's all the time we have for today. Stay tuned.